Hey everyone! Chad from Raptor Props, head Raptor. I make props and occasionally costumes. I also cosplay. I'm going to show everyone a tour of my shop today, from my 3D print station to my paint area, my workbenches, my cutters, and my mold making station. Alright, so this is my 3D print station. This is where I do all my 3D printing. This is my FlashForge Creator Pro I've had for a few years. I've heavily modified this printer. I mainly use PLA in this. Sometimes I'll use ABS. It's a dual extruder. It is great for small prints or high resolution prints. Over here I have my Taz Luzbots 5 printer. This is a large format printer. I mainly use PLA on this, but this is also heavily modified. I can also do ABS on this. Both these printers I have them set up with Raspberry Pis with cameras and running Octoprint. This allows me to remotely manage these printers and get notification when the prints are done. Down here I've got the filament. I've got ABS filament, which is very strong filament, but it doesn't give you tight tolerances. I've got PLA filament, which is great for tight tolerances, but it isn't as strong. I use mainly PLA. I've got different colors: orange, greens, whites, grays, blacks. I've got translucent. I've got flexible filament. A lot of different filaments and stuff that I use. All right, here is my workbench, one of my main workbenches. I've got 4 workbenches in here. This is the one I use most of the time. I sit in front of this computer a lot doing 3D designs, Inkscape files, things like that for props. Got my electronic station right here. I use this for soldering, use this for some of my Adafruit work. It's a little messy right now, so don't tell anybody, okay? Shh. Alright, so this is my vinyl cutter. It's a silver bullet I picked up a little bit ago. It's one of the newer pieces in my shop. I love this thing. It is amazing. I use it for stencils and decals. It'll cut vinyl. It'll cut cardstock. It'll even etch on aluminum. I'll be doing a lot more with this in the future, and hopefully I'll have some videos to show you guys about this this machine and what it does. Alright, so this is my paint station right here. I use this for doing all my airbrushing. I've got a Lazy Susan on here I built for doing my props and models. It's got my airbrushes on it that I just cleaned because they were filthy. Always remember to clean these airbrushes. Don't leave them sitting with paint. I do that every time because I always get rushed. So they're always a pain to clean afterwards. Make sure you have proper masks and safety equipment. Don't breathe in those paint fumes. Also ventilate. I've got a fan here to vent it out when I'm actually painting with this. This station gets used a lot for paint. It's pretty dirty, but it's fun. It spins around. Look at that. Alright, so this is another one of our workbenches right here. I use this for sanding and assembling some of the props and things I do. So a lot of sandpaper gets killed here. I have my Dremel up here hanging, so that way if I need to, I can pull it down and just clean everything out. Back over here, this is kind of my clay station. I use this for doing clay work. I've got a model back here. I also do prosthetics, so it helps having a different station for that. You can see the various sanding tools and drill presses back there that I use on the other side. Here's my laser cutter. I'm going to open this up. Oh, looks like I left something in there. This is a Deadpool katana I was working on, so we'll go ahead and close that. This laser cutter right here, I love this thing. It's amazing. I've modified it a bit. I've got a ventilation system up right here because we do not want to pass out from the fumes this thing makes. I cut foam on this. I cut acrylic. I cut wood. I've done some etching on aluminum. I've got a chiller down here to keep it cool because you got to keep your lasers cool because lasers are cool. Alright, so here's my other workbench in the shop. I've got stuff here. This is a BB-8 I'm working on for myself, personal project. I'm going to move him out of the way. I've got a scroll saw here I use quite a bit. I've got my wood lathe that I use. There's a bowl on there I was working on, a key bowl. My keys are all over the place, so I'm going to make a bowl for myself. Got some air up here in the ceiling. This is for cleaning some of the stuff out. I've got another computer over here. This computer I use for the laser and for the CNC machine. Eventually I'll get the CNC machine set up. I haven't got around to that yet. Yeah, this is my mold station. This is the messiest area in my shop. There is resin everywhere from spilled molds and bad molds. I need to clean this up one of these days, but I'm constantly using this. I use this mold station for making copies of my props, like this knife right here. This is actually a con-safe knife for some Deadpool stuff that I was doing for some people. This is where I'd make copies of this so I could pour it over and over and over and over again. A couple more over here. I've got my foam latex prosthetic molds for Klingon stuff, noses, foreheads, and Vulcan stuff. I've got my foam down here from Harbor Freight, TNT cosplay. I've got my wet clay down here I use for doing clay work. So I keep a lot of my materials on this this bench over here, and this is where all the fun stuff happens. Thanks for watching the video tour of my workshop. If you have any suggestions on videos that we should do in the future, please leave them in the comments below and we'll take a look. Have a good day, and thanks for watching.